Hello, and welcome to the Iacon Underground Patreon special for the month of April. I am Count Robula.
Felicia! I am Jen.
And I am Dave Ferratu. Welcome to Previously on the Moon Knight, or Morbius, or X-Men Mutants. Wait.
Previously on Spider-Man. Sadly, there is no compilation of weird, goofy Spider-Man clips. Because
they're not as funny as the X-Men ones. The X-Men ones are hilarious.
If you haven't looked at those previously on X-Men clips on YouTube, they are a hoot and a half. I've been watching that show on Disney Plus, and once an episode you get to that clip, and it's somehow funnier in context.
Yeah, well, God, there's just so much crazy stuff. Crazy stuff does happen in this Spider-Man 90s cartoon, but it's somehow the previews and recaps aren't as crazy as the X-Men ones.
I feel part of it is that the voice acting is 50% less ridiculous.
A little bit, but it's like you could just run an X-Men previously on without editing it, and it's hilarious. With the Spider-Man, you'd have to at least chop it up a little bit. Because it sort of makes sense. There's probably some of them that don't. Like, why is the Punisher here? What the fuck?
Why is the Punisher from Chicago?
I have so many questions that I'm sure some poking around on Wikipedia would answer for me, probably. As to why, the X-Men cartoon and the Spider-Man cartoon are so, different. Because you would think that they would be, a G.I. Joe Transformers kind of production where they share half the incidental music and all of the voice cast and same animation studios
probably just the difference between the 80s and the 90s.
I think the thing is they didn't know that X-Men was going to be such a big hit, so they kind of didn't have super expensive animation, and the voice cast are all Canadian.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Whereas Spider-Man, they're like, Spider-Man's a big hit, so we're going to have expensive-ish animation, as we'll see. We're going to put some computer animation in that, and we're going to hire, name voice actors from America.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, was maybe with, by the time they got to Spider-Man, they realized that it was worth sinking a little more money into it.
And they did, when they crossed over, they did indeed fly all the Canadian voice actors up to the state, or down to the States, to record.
Oh.
Well, that's nice of them, because they are a little off-model.
Yes. Because mostly I think because they show up in the previously on Spider-Man.
Yes, it's previously on Spider-Man, some Sentinels. Which you heavily associate with Spider-Man.
Yes. So, yeah, as you have probably guessed by now, instead of going to theaters to watch the apparently terrible movie Morbius starring Jared Leto, we've decided to stay home, watch Disney Plus, and watch the 90s Spider-Man episode that introduces Morbius that does not have Jared Leto in it.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting the impression from the Twitter buzz out there that the Morbius movie may not live up to the cinematic standards set by Venom Let There Be Carnage.
I mean, for one, that's got, Woody Harrelson as Carnage. This has Matt Smith as question mark?
He's a guy in the comics who is a vampire. Oh, I forget his name.
I mean, apparently he was going to be that guy, but then he isn't that guy in the final movie.
No,
it sounds like there's a lot more Matt Smith than anyone was actually expecting from the trailers.
Yes.
Which is probably a nice surprise because he's Matt Smith.
I feel like Matt Smith, yes, but he's apparently screwed as Eshelson was in the...
Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
Oh, no.
Well, maybe not as badly. I don't think he isn't allowed to act. But...
His hair should have just been an entire special effect all by itself. It's magnificent hair.
But, he's playing another orphan from Greece who isn't Greek but is British, and he is named after the character from the comics who's a vampire, but they give him a different fake name, like, oh, now you're Robbie or something. As a child,
I really want
weird.
the upcoming MCU Blade movie to just go right in and acknowledge that Dracula is an important part of the Marvel Universe.
I'm hoping Moon Knight ends with a Dracula tease.
Yes.
All right, so yeah, this is the '90s Spider-Man cartoon, and what is everybody's history and experience with this Spider-Man cartoon? Spider-Man.
Radioactive
I was definitely aware of it. I would occasionally catch episodes of it. I didn't, surprisingly, given that I was like a huge nerd and very specifically Marvel-oriented at the time. I think a lot of times what I do on Saturday mornings at that time in my life, if the weather was suitable for it, I would either get on my bike or strap on some rollerblades and go hit the yard sales looking for Transformers. I did get a mostly intact Shockwave for 50 cents one time, and I got that Time Warrior digital watch for $0.25. It just needed a new battery. So I suspect that it was probably between that and the fact that I have always been a little more nocturnal, and so I really wanted to sleep in on the weekends, so anything that was on before, like I'm pretty sure Freakazoid was on pretty late in the morning.
Yeah, that was like an 11 o'clock show.
So I'd usually, if it was on before like 10 or 10:30, I usually didn't catch many episodes of it. So I am familiar with it. I knew that, I think one of the things was that it does have extremely serialized storytelling, which is good in general, but not as good if you're just like picking up episodes here and there depending on whether the weather is suitable to go out and discover that Action Masters were a thing that happened, because you totally didn't catch them when they did, and you don't know what this blaster is from, but gosh darn it, it's definitely Blaster. So, and picking up 50-cent Michael Crichton novels so that you can 25 years in the future still be mad about the ending of the Andromeda Strain. So yeah, the fact that it was like, I caught occasional episodes, but I didn't like watch it religiously.
Okay, this was a 10 o'clock show.
Okay. Yeah, it would have been on when I was like getting up, like waking up. So.
No, that I watched every week, and then in syndication. I love this goddamn show.
Oh, I was crazy about this show.
There was actually this here's a maybe vaguely TMI story, except that the TMI part is not even actually true. My father was intent that I should have to be up earlier, even though he was still in bed every day when I left to go to high school. And I complained to my mother about this. So my mother told him, which was not true, but my mother told him that I slept naked. Oh. So that he would stop waking me, trying to wake me up early on weekends.
All right, so I just out of curiosity, I looked up the program lineup of Fox when this would have aired. So 8 o'clock, you got Where on Earth is Carmen Sandiego? That was not the game show; that was the cartoon.
Yes,
it had Rita Moreno as Carmen Sandiego, and for some reason, the chief was the disembodied head of Real Ghostbusters, Egon Spengler. And also, he sounded like Squidward because he was voiced by Roger Bumpass. 8:30, Eek the Cat. 9 o'clock, Power Rangers. 9:30, Masked Rider, the short-lived American version of Kamen Rider.
Yes.
In which was Vern Troyer playing like some sort of weird alien on that?
Yes, I forget the name of that stupid
like he was like a snarf or something?
Thing. Yeah, he was the comic relief, and the family that Masked Rider was staying with was the comic. Oh, it's such a weird show.
10 o'clock,
it's
Spider-Man.
Weirder than Big Bad Beetleborgs.
I mean, I don't think Jay Leno was involved in any level of that show, so I'm going to say Beetleborgs was weirder.
Yes, but no, Beetleborgs was weirder from its departure from the source material, but seemed to work out better. It's odd.
So, 10 o'clock Spider-Man, 10:30 The Tick,
Yay!
11 o'clock X-Men, and 11:30 the inexplicable Life with Louie. A cartoon based on comedian Louis Anderson.
I think this would have been the point where I was like waking up and getting some cereal and getting settled in for X-Men and The Tick. So I was familiar with it, but I wasn't like there when the episode started.
Oh yeah, no,
it wasn't like Power Rangers where I would just tune in for the last 10 minutes just to see the robots.
I was nuts for the show. Okay?
This is when Fox dominated for a few years. Of like almost everything I watched was on it.
I had the action figures. This got me into reading the comics. I would like tape the shows on VHS and then like write up little guides as to what characters were in what episodes.
Ooh.
Aw.
I was a maniac for this show.
That's like what I was doing with G1 at that point.
Mm-hmm. So. And I guess we can start off with this ridiculous theme song.
Spider-Man.
It's so 90s.
It's I think Joe Perry from Aerosmith.
What?
Yeah, no. Like, this was a time when you had, like, actual sort of, like, notable musicians doing theme music for cartoons. Well, I guess, like, the guy from The Police doing the theme from, Droids.
Oh.
But yeah, this is Joe Perry from Aerosmith.
Wow.
Performed by Joe Perry, written by, of course, Shuki Levy.
Yes! My favorite.
And, I mean, it's not as good as the contemporary X-Men theme.
No. But what is?
But it's super 1994.
Yeah.
And,
it was in that period of Shuki Levy's work between the X-Men one and Digimon, Digital Monsters.
Digimon are the champions, yeah.
That creative evolution.
So this first aired October 28th, 1995, just in time for Halloween. And I had no fewer than 3 writers. First you had John Semper, who was like the executive producer on the show, and I think Cad did the final touch on every episode. But our other 2 writers had quite extensive careers in animation. You've got Bryn Stevens, who did a ton of Gargoyles.
Wow.
A lot of Starcom. Dino Saucers, My Little Pony.
It's like original My Little Pony,
yes,
or was it?
My Little Pony and Friends from 86-87.
Okay.
And Dino Saucers, the little toy line that never was.
Beverly
Hills Teens.
There was a very slightly later My Little Pony one that I'm blanking on the name of, but it was Brad Swaley's first voice work as a small child.
She did a bunch of Batman the Animated Series episodes, New Adventures of He-Man, Ninja Turtles, a lot of He-Man. And then the other writer is Lydia Morano, who also did a lot of Gargoyles.
And Dinosaurs.
That Starship Troopers CG cartoon.
Ooh.
Phantom 2024.
Which I think is also on Pluto.
The real Ghostbusters.
Yeah, the good one.
Spiral Zone. Bionic 6. And apparently dialogue for what appears to be an American dub of Captain Harlock.
Yeah, okay. Wait, I had to look this up because I'd never heard of this version. I think
David's going to have to explain this to us.
There's a bunch of different versions.
Actually, yes, there's various Captain Harlocks. This is Captain Harlock and the Queen of 1,000 Years, which, when year was the original show? 81? 78 was when it aired in Japan.
Mm-hmm. When I was born.
But anyway, but the dub she worked on is apparently the one by Carl Masek, the guy who dubbed a lot of
the Robotech guy.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the Robotech guy, which means this is a Harmony Gold production.
Oh dear.
Oof.
This was before Harmony Gold became the Harmony Gold we know, which is a scheme to just get money and real estate.
Carl Masick passed away in like the mid to late 90s, I think.
No.
Or was it later than that?
2010.
Okay.
Because he worked on a dub of Aura Battler Dunbine. Really late in the 2000s. I think, unless I'm fucking up who did. I'm pretty sure it's let me double check.
Okay, so very extensive animation histories here.
Anyway, well, the Harlock thing just confuses me because, like, it's lost media, kind of. It was never put out. It was never put out on physical media, so it only ever aired on television. And
I think I've seen
recordings
talk
of most of it, but
piecing that together from like people's recordings from it being broadcast. Also, apparently, it was 1992's My Little Pony Tales I was thinking of. Which was Brad Swaley being the guy who Transformers fandom eventually got to know as Kicker.
Ah, right.
Kicker. He was also the main character in the dub of the original Mobile Suit Gundam. But more importantly, Kicker.
Yeah, he did work on... He was the scriptwriter of the Dunbine stuff. Yeah, because Carl Masick was around for a while. But this Harlock show that I don't even remember happening, which aired in like 85 to 86, which would have been prime time, and I got New York stations, it should have aired somewhere where I would have seen it, but I don't remember it existing.
I definitely remember hearing people talking about piecing it together and you know, what's out there having TV station watermarks on it, and that's not,
so it's
not
like a Lensman thing.
Not the one from later in which Scott McNeil played the titular character.
The problem with Harlock is there's multiple versions, and there's multiple versions of this that have been dubbed or subbed.
Right.
So it's one of those media things where it's like, well, we don't need it because there's other versions that came later, and you could probably stream it now somewhere. Maybe, but it's odd. It's forgotten media. Maybe it's media that should be forgotten, but it always annoys me. It's like, oh, it's gone. But,
I know.
I'm never going to have the time to watch this one.
Trust me, I know. These things make me break out in hives.
If we could get Lensman, I would watch Lensman.
And not forgotten, this show.
Some of us will never sleep again.
After the first season, every episode of the show was sort of part of a season-long story arc.
Yes.
Which, I mean, it was certainly accurate to the Spider-Man comics of the time.
Yes.
And I think that's sort of what got me hooked on the show.
Yes, so this whole season was Neogenic Nightmare.
Yes, and that is Spider-Man. It's something, Spider-Man's powers have sort of gone weird, and he's, they're becoming erratic, and also he's maybe mutating.
Did you ever get any fun stuff where they were writing stuff that was based on comics, but like maybe sooner than they should have? So like season 1 of X-Men where Cable shows up and they have clearly not sorted out what Cable's deal is.
No, they did not really get into, your 90s mystery men of Spider-Man, your Kanes and your Judas Travelers.
Oh, wow.
So they've not. The Jackal turns up in a very late episode, voiced by the guy who played Dr. Smith in Lost in Space.
Ooh. Visionaries.
Speaking of Freakazoid.
Yes.
Disney, please go back and make another season involving Judas Traveler.
I mean, they're bringing back that X-Men from this era. They need to recast a couple of guys because a lot of the voice actors they cast for the show were very old at the time and are no longer with us.
No. Well, I guess, what's her name is, available now that she lost her last election.
Well, she is going to be on that show.
Well, yeah, because she's not busy being in politics.
Yes.
Canada's best Southern
America's
accent.
favorite Canadian Southerner.
Yes.
Although, of course, one of multiple Canadians to play Rogue.
Ah.
Yes, as has come up in other things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rogue has only ever been played by a non-Canadian once.
Yes. Anyway, so, and much like Spider-Man in the comics, Spider-Man just has a constantly running internal monologue.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Which is a thing that's stuck in with me, which is why the movies never quite sit right. Because Spider-Man should always be thinking and talking, quipping to me. Because of this show.
He's voiced by Christopher Daniel Barnes here. He was also Prince Eric in The Little Mermaid. And he's Greg Brady in those 90s Brady Bunch movies.
Ooh.
Oh. And in those movies, he basically just looks like Peter Parker in this. Because this is not so much like scrawny nerd Peter Parker. Peter Parker has big himbo energy on this show.
He does. He definitely seems like... I mean, it's not quite like original He-Man, which we watched and noticed how, like, every peasant on Eternia is super ripped, but he's definitely got the, like, broad shoulders under that sweater.
Yes. Sadly, I think by this time he's no longer wearing that green, white, and blue polo shirt that he wore in every episode of the first season.
Aww.
So, he's still kind of the guy I hear as Spider-Man.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
It's a good Spider-Man voice. I think he's pretty good. And,
related, I couldn't watch Beauty and the Beast at the time without just thinking about how much Beast sounded like JT Marsh from Exo Squad.
It's the same guy, I assume?
Same guy, yes.
And I couldn't watch without thinking about Law and Order.
Also Robbie Benson?
No, Lumiere is Jerry Orbach doing a French accent.
Oh, okay.
Because you forget that he was like a big Broadway guy.
Oh, okay. One of those.
Because you just know him as...
And the guy who did cartoons. Like, Lumiere, to me, he's a space sheriff.
Oh, right, he's in that.
I mean, they did a lot of Broadway people doing Disney stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, sure. I'm just saying, it was weird because even though he was a Broadway guy, he was mostly known as wisecracking cop, Lenny Briscoe.
Yes.
He's not a song and dance man. He should be interviewing a guy who's unloading a truck for some reason.
Yes.
Oh, they should have a Law and Order musical episode.
Oh, they should have. That was a big thing back then.
And I think Jesse L. Martin, who was his partner for a while, he was a big musical guy. He was in the original cast of Rent.
Ooh.
I don't know if Sam Waterston sings, though.
I don't know.
Yeah, I imagine he could try.
Anyway, so Spider-Man is just yapping to himself about, he's, much like in the comics, he's recapping the plot. I've got this mutation disease, I talked to the X-Men, they couldn't really help.
I did like that the previously on was just all the X-Men.
Yes.
Sentinels. Beast, who is slightly off model and has like a super curly Q hair thing going on.
Yeah, everybody's models were just a little off.
I need to go back and watch that episode.
It's also got Mark Hamill as the Hobgoblin in it.
Yes, I do remember that. I was very familiar of the Spider-Man cartoon as like a thing that existed and seeing that, like, I caught glimpses of it a lot. I just didn't sit down and watch a full episode very frequently. Yes, I definitely caught the Hobgoblin sounding just like Mark Hamill doing the Joker.
Listen, you didn't know which one of those shows would take off. I'm just going to do this voice, and we'll see which one they pick up. Well, I guess he might have even done the Hobgoblin voice first because he was a late addition to Batman.
Oh,
it was originally going to be Tim Curry playing the Joker, but test audiences found it too upsetting.
Oh, okay then.
Oh, I can only imagine what Tim Curry's laugh was like.
Well, I mean, I guess it's just him in It.
Yeah, yeah. Just play. Oh man, I was just thinking like Tim Curry was the villain on all the cartoons at the time, but I guess he had also played an evil clown previously.
Yes.
Yep.
Ooh, a little on the nose, but okay.
Yes. Anyway, so he's he's swinging around the city. He comes across what is either a robbery or, as he says, an inner city midnight ski team.
Yes. These robbers are very heavily armed.
Well, because you couldn't have I think they got around it on with the Batman show, but with this, nobody had bullets in their guns. It's all lasers.
Yes, you don't see it yet, but later in the episode, the police are absolutely shooting at people with lasers.
Like the Punisher's going to show up I think the next episode, he's got lasers.
Yeah, the very next one.
He definitely doesn't kill anybody.
Everybody's got lasers.
Also, he's inexplicably from Chicago. I don't know why.
I do really enjoy, like, specifically the 90s, because I think so much of it was just Fox and Saban, like, what they let them get away with and what they did not. Because I'm pretty sure there's some point later in this episode where they're, like, talking about people dying without saying, or, they're going to kill someone or something without saying it.
When he's, like, getting this mutation cure, she's like, no, it could destroy you.
Yes, that's right.
The way that people totally say.
Yes, which just reminds me of how Gundam Wing had two different dubs, the afternoon dub and the nighttime dub, and one of them they would say things like, I will destroy you, and then in the night dub he would say, I will kill you.
Anyway, so he has a fight with these guys. He's feeling some pain in his sides, which you will understand if you've are a long-time reader of Spider-Man comics.
Or you stick around to the end of the episode.
Yes.
And of course he ends up crashing through some crates, because every fight scene in this show ends with somebody falling through some crates.
Well, they're just laying around New York City all over the place.
Just a bunch of crates.
Yeah. It's everybody knows that New York City is just a setting for a beat 'em up, and you gotta have crates, because if you don't have crates, what are you going to punch open to get a roast turkey?
I mean, these are definitely a bunch of guys you would fight in a beat 'em up.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are in a side scroller.
And yeah, he's having some problems. They're about to waste him, and luckily, the cops come along.
Who also want to shoot him, possibly?
Yes. Well, there are so many plots going on at the show at any one time. I think he's wanted by the cops, sorta, at this time, and not specifically, as he will be at the end of the episode. Because he's constantly getting in trouble with the cops in the show.
Yeah. Which does seem like something that, you would think that, I guess if it were the 80s, everyone would have to be friends with the cops all the time, but maybe by the 90s you could have that as a conflict.
Yes. Well, and I mean, that's kind of the thing with Spider-Man, where he's always in trouble with the law.
Yes, because they don't understand that he's helping.
Yeah, so Peter gets to...
That sounds very Steve Ditko.
Yes.
Thanks, Steve Ditko.
So he gets to the lab of his friend Dr. Mariah Crawford, who's sort of a sort of a character from the comics.
Yeah, no, she's not Dr. Crawford Tillinghast.
No, she is a very loose adaptation of Kraven's girlfriend and voodoo villainess Calypso.
Oh, yeah, her comic outfits are a little unfortunate.
Well, it's the sexy version of the Kraven the Hunter costume.
Yeah, like cross Kraven the Hunter with cliched jungle girl stereotype.
Yeah, and again, voodoo. But she's just like a scientist in this. She kind of becomes like a cat person later in the show.
Oh, okay.
Great. That's what we're doing this season.
Well, no, that's in several seasons. This show ran a long time, and the plots went totally nuts.
Well, some of the seasons look like they're shorter, like 15 episodes or 20 or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a bunch. Oh, she becomes a cat person. What the hell? Weird.
And anyway, she's voiced by character actor Susan Bobian, who's done a lot of TV, but maybe most remembered by me playing O.J. Simpson's wife in The Naked Gun.
Oh.
Anyway, she's been studying Spider-Man's DNA, and she's come up with a serum that maybe works, but maybe also don't take it right away.
Maybe let us do some testing. Don't just chug it immediately.
And then we're saving a little money by flashing back to her first appearance in the episode that introduced Kraven. Because in this, Kraven actually has, like, powers from a serum she made.
Yeah, is that something that's just from the cartoon? Because I was under the impression he was just a crazy dude.
In the comics, he has, like, quote-unquote jungle serums that sort of enhance his powers and also give him increased longevity, because his parents died in the Russian Revolution.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Is that just one of those things like Magneto?
No, it was...
Like how they have to...
I think it was a deliberate thing, because this backstory came in around, like, the late 80s with Kraven's Last Hunt. So even at that point, he'd have to be super old.
Yeah.
So, this serum, it could destroy you if you take it. But he's like, well, you gave this serum to Kraven, and he turned out okay, even though it made him into Kraven the Hunter. So, I'm just going to take this, maybe. And then he kind of has a little tantrum. There are moments in this where Spider-Man kind of appears to be on cocaine.
Yeah, he's a little unhinged.
Anyway,
he's mutating.
Yes.
Come on. Cut him a break.
So we now cut to a couple... This show had a ton of supporting characters, much like the comics, and there's a lot of ongoing soap opera with them.
And the fact that it's a cartoon means that sometimes it's like... There's like, Morbius's assistant just looks like Felicia in, like, a lab getup. That is
Deborah Whitman, who is one of Spider-Man's most unfortunate supporting characters. So she was like a secretary. Like, when he was a grad student, she was his professor's secretary, and they kind of had a thing. But then she figured out he was Spider-Man, so he gaslit her into thinking Peter Parker was Spider-Man was totally crazy.
Oh no.
And nobody would, like, there's no way Peter Parker could be Spider-Man. You must be nuts, lady.
Oh no.
And then she left.
Can't be Superman, he's wearing glasses. What's wrong with you?
And then she left the book for like 30 years.
Oof.
And then when Spider-Man publicly revealed his identity during Civil War, she came back and was understandably pretty mad.
You would think so.
But she's got a lot more personality on this show than she ever did in the comics. So I appreciate that.
Okay.
And the other person she's walking with, this is sort of something this show started that has been adapted by a lot of comics, or a lot of TV shows and movies since then, where you introduce guys who are going to be villains episodes before they become villains.
Yes.
And in that case, that is the titular villain of this episode, Michael Morbius, who is 100% Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah, we even see a flashback of his hometown, which is like Transylvania with the bats and castles.
His hometown, the Universal Studios backlot.
Yes. And he has the Dick Wiseau accent.
I like how much he leans into it, too. Yeah. He's just, like, constantly making jokes that are basically like, ha, it's not like I'm a vampire or something.
What were you expecting, Bella Lugosi to show up? Ha ha! Oh, hi, Mark.
He's really leaning into the vampire.
I did not bite her. I did not.
He's not even a vampire yet.
Well, no, he doesn't bite in the show.
He's got a bat flapping around his lab, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's my bat.
He's my bat."
He doesn't.
This is Nick Jameson, who is apparently he was also on 24 playing the president of Russia, using what I assume is just this accent.
Probably.
Yes, we must stop these terrorists.
It's not good.
But he apparently he was like the emperor in that Tartakovsky Clone Wars show.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
And, he's done a bunch of voice acting. I think he also produced a bunch of Foghat albums.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Including the one that has Slow Ride on it.
Oh, neat.
Slow Ride, Spider-Man. Take it easy. Ah, yes, the fog is rolling in like a hat of fog.
So yeah, he's already acting like a guy who's secretly a vampire and doing a very bad job of hiding it even before he becomes a vampire.
And I don't think this had been established in the comics yet, but Morbius is Greek.
Ha.
Yeah, and he's doing an Eastern European, not Greek accent. Granted, a Greek accent is harder to do because how often do you hear a Greek accent?
Like his...
I mean, unless you go to a diner in New Jersey or New York.
Yeah, I think his, what he did to research this was he watched Ed Wood, and he's just doing, Martin Landau's Bela Lugosi.
And you have to be double jointed.
Karloff, that limey cocksucker is not fit to smell my shit. Anyway, and what's also great is he's going to be the bad guy because he has his own leitmotif in the score.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's like this violin music that's obviously vampire music.
Yeah. Oh, and his outfit is like, he got a trench coat from The Matrix.
I mean, it is the 90s, and we really loved leather dust.
Yeah.
That is fair. We were really into the long, swoopy coats.
He's wearing it over, what is it, like a polo shirt or something? It's a weird combo. It doesn't quite work.
He's trying. Look, he's not from around here. Transylvania.
Oh, and at one point he says he doesn't sleep. It's like, he says he doesn't sleep before he becomes a vampire.
Yes. And he tells them to sleep the sleep of the dearly departed.
Yes, that was another point where they're clearly trying not to say dead.
Well, and also I am totally not going to become a vampire in the next 10 minutes.
He definitely acts like someone who is already a vampire.
Yes. And, so one of the many ongoing plots here is that there is a grant competition, in which people are competing for funding from the Hardy Foundation to become the assistant to Dr. Kurt Connors, who is of course the Lizard. Well, but does not appear in this episode.
Has he already become the Lizard?
He becomes the Lizard in the very first episode of the show.
Oh, okay, I didn't remember. Oh, right, the tail attack, the animation that's always reused. Okay, I forgot about that.
Yes. Voiced by, again, another super old character actor, Joseph Campanella. Anyway, so Morbius is a tad unethical, because Peter Parker, he tries this serum on a sample of his blood, puts it in his locker, has to leave.
Well, because he gets distracted by Mickey Mouse, who is making noises. And now the prophecy has been fulfilled!
And then Morbius just totally robs Parker's locker.
Yeah, because Parker doesn't lock it.
And he thinks this is his science project and not his actual blood. So then he goes to this attic lab and meets his girlfriend, Felicia Hardy. Again, not yet the Black Cat.
Okay, so do they know that they are trying to become the research assistant of this guy who turned himself into a lizard?
Well, they don't know Peter Parker knows he's the Lizard. Nobody else knows he's the Lizard.
Okay, so he's not like, it's not like a Mr. Fix-It kind of thing where he's just like the Lizard, but he's also smart and running a research lab, but he's
no,
still
they
a
did later
lizard.
do that in the comics, but no, he's just a guy who is occasionally the Lizard when it is most convenient for the plot.
Okay, so he can go
in
back.
fact, he will become the Lizard again in a few episodes when he is kidnapped by Silvermane to formulate the anti-aging serum, which is on the ancient tablet of time.
Oh, Silvermane. Oh, that's a guy who I can never take seriously anymore. because of the sinister or superior foes.
Superior foes.
Yeah,
where he produced just a head on an RC car.
Yes. Speaking of which, I have that toy somewhere in here.
Anyway,
Okay.
this is Felicia Hardy, voiced by Jennifer Hale.
Oh.
Who, this is like, I think maybe her first big role, but she has since gone on to be in everything.
Yes.
I think she's in that, like, Mass Effect.
Yeah, she's the female version of the player character
Right.
in Mass Effect. Yeah, that's neat. She's in a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah, she's in Totally Spies, she's in a whole bunch of Star Wars stuff.
Oh no, Totally Spies.
She was Carol Danvers on Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Huh.
Ooh.
She's in a ton of stuff.
Also, he has to just throw in an extra syllable, so he just calls her Felicia.
Felicia, and also I am
Felicia.
I'm not ashamed to say I had a real thing for Felicia Hardy as a lad.
But you did
That's fair.
the
Look
cat
at her.
outfit. It's great.
Well,
Point
this
of
is
her.
pre Black Cat.
Yeah, pre-Black Cat, she's just some blonde lady.
She, I think, and interestingly, she goes from her character model here, and she actually, like, turns into the sort of buffer, white-haired Black Cat. Thanks to the super soldier serum, this show gets super weird.
Yeah, well, the super soldier serum is convenient, you know.
Yeah, I remember
The super
there's
soldier serum that her father, a legendary cat burglar, memorized as a youth when he witnessed, again, this show gets real stupid.
Yeah, and her dad is like really ancient.
And voiced by John Philip Law, the guy from Barbarella.
ooh.
What, the angel?
Yes.
Oh, weird.
Anyway, so he's in this spooky lab in like an attic, and apparently he's trying to cure a virus that his village has in 19th century Transylvania.
It is the flashback over there. It's like peasants.
Oh yeah.
It's great.
No, it is straight up young Frankenstein.
Bring out your dead. Bring out your dead.
I think Kenneth Mars and his mechanical arm are in charge of this village.
Werewolf?
There, Wolf. Oh, the show. And because of this, he's willing to commit a few, ethical issues like stealing equipment, stealing electricity, and conducting weird experiments on bats.
It steals like an entire lab full of stuff and a giant mutagenic gun thing and what?
The Neogenic Recombinator, which shows up on this show so many times.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, he says, like, I just only took one of them.
It is borrowed. I did not steal it, Felicia. I did not.
I borrowed it.
Also, okay, I realize that I am not a scientist, though I have had science-adjacent experiences in my upbringing. You don't let a bat fly around your lab. You need to secure all of your animals before you start messing around with stuff.
So he thinks that bats spread this disease, so he's conducting bat experiments. Well, these are vampire bats, and they do not have vampire bats in Europe.
No, they're
South American.
Yeah.
Unless this 18th century village is in South America.
I mean,
or he's just utterly confused, like maybe, maybe he's trying to say bats spread it but all I could get here is vampire bats, which are different or something.
That's also totally crazy. It would be much easier to get regular bats.
Yeah, little brown bats, I think. But also, like he says, no, they don't suck blood from larger animals, only small critters. No, that's not how it works. They suck blood from cows and shit.
And they will suck blood from people.
yeah, give them a chance.
But, I mean, of course, my theory now is that it's, yes, my people went to South America after the war for unspecified reasons.
Maybe?
Yeah, maybe he's from Nova Roma.
Another Tommy Wiseau theory that kind of makes sense.
What, the Tommy Wiseau was a Nazi?
Descended from Nazis, possibly.
Oh.
Hey, where were we?
Morbius. He's at
he
this
needs
lab.
a Dracula medal.
Anyway, so they have like a relationship. He and Felicia.
Felicia, even though he refuses to pronounce her name properly. The appropriate number of syllables.
And there's a lot of like this sort of soap opera romance going on in this show.
Yeah.
Like even Deborah Whitman gets a romantic subplot later on.
Okay.
With Flash Thompson.
Huh.
Oh. He seems a little not smart for someone who's working as like a university lab assistant.
I mean, a lot of these people seem not smart. Again,
fair.
Morbius just letting this bat roam around my lab while I'm doing science stuff. So anyway, we cut to elsewhere on the ESU campus. Peter's kind of moping, again, with the internal monologue, and there's Mary Jane and Liz Allen. Who here is sort of one of Mary Jane's friends, even though she was one of like Peter's high school classmates in the comics. It's always hard to find stuff to do with Liz Allen. They eventually just married her after Harry Osborn.
Yeah. Oh no.
But you can tell it's the 90s because at one point Liz Allen refers to Mary Jane as a major babe.
She was in Spider-Man Loves Mary Jane.
Oh, that's right, yes. And Peter's been ignoring her because he's been busy being Spider-Man and also possibly mutating.
Yes. Possibly.
And there's a very, very wink wink. Oh well, if he's ignoring a major babe like you, Mary Jane, I guess he can't be human.
Womp womp.
Speaking of people who aren't human, Morbius is up in his attic. He's like, I do not know how Peter has created this neogenic blood. And he's very conveniently tape recording everything because tape recorders were a thing we used in the 90s.
Well, he was the 80s. I think he's using microcassettes. He's got a Ravage and Soundwave in his hand.
I also stole this from the university's answering machine.
I mean, that was like a legitimate thing that college level people would use to take notes at the time.
Believe it or not, Michael isn't at home. Please leave a message at the beep. I must be out, or I'd pick up the phone. Where could I be?
I will vouch for that being a thing that people would have used for taking notes at the time. That's what they were sold for.
So it is time for some science here. So he takes this blood, puts it in a little cat dish.
Yeah, there's a weird dish he puts it
in. And starts shooting it with this beam.
As you do. That's how science happens.
Of course, he forgot to put the one vampire bat that was already loose in his attic laboratory back.
He put
still slapping around.
The bat starts lapping this blood up like a kitty.
Yeah.
And he is, oh no, bat, why are these what is up with these readings? Oh no, the bat, shoo, bat, shoo. But then it bites him, and the bat has been shot with this beam, it's been drinking the blood.
And the bat gets stuck in his hair, which is an old wives' tale.
Well, you should have had much shorter hair. He's got Tommy Wiseau hair in this too.
Yeah. It is a lot of hair.
You definitely, if you're doing science, you need to have that back in a ponytail. Pull it back, you're going to get hair in your experiment, and then it's going to be tainted. And
I mean, look at Deborah Whitman. She's got that very sensible ponytail.
Yes, she is clearly someone who is used to doing science.
So we cut to his hand, and there's dramatic music, and it turns into like a vampire hand.
Yes. He turns white and he grows claws. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
And meanwhile, Spider-Man, swinging around and, again, talking to himself and talking to, Bruce, the gargoyle.
Yes,
this is a recurring thing.
It is a recurring thing. That was so weird.
Bruce,
I always assumed that this was a double reference to Batman and the show Gargoyles.
I would assume.
But apparently it was just named after John Semper's friend, Bruce.
Aww.
Well, it's still a Gargoyles reference.
But yeah, no, he is constantly doing this.
Okay. It's something I completely forgot. I thought it was just a random one episode thing. How is it a recurring thing? I mean, it's cute that it's a recurring thing, but it's weird.
I appreciate it. I appreciate Spider... He can't always just be monologuing. He has to occasionally be externally monologuing.
No, if this was a comic, he'd just have those little caption boxes.
Yeah, that's right.
But he's talking to a gargoyle, which is, again, made me think of Moon Knight. When's that going to come back? I want a payoff of that statue guy.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you know, we got to keep F. Murray Abraham around.
Yes.
Anyway, so we cut back to Castle Morbius, and he goes, and he is still tape recording his observations on being a vampire?
Yeah.
It's a real self-interview with the vampire?
I was going to say it's a bit Cloverfield, where, you know, you're still recording as everything is getting destroyed around you, but...
And of course, he's got the classic Morbius look. He's got the white skin, the pointy ears, the upturned bat nose.
Yeah. And the new addition, suction cups on his hands.
Because, again, we were talking about network censorship. He could not bite people.
Yeah.
Like,
this is at least better than what they did in the Spider-Woman cartoon that we watched with Dracula.
And yet
yes, he's not shooting beams.
Somehow this is worse because he just leaves hickeys all over people's faces.
It's really gross. Like, it's grosser than a regular vampire would have been. And also, note that he never says he's going to drink blood. He must have plasma.
Plasma is more expensive to get and rare, and people should donate plasma.
Plasma. Well, he's not getting it from a blood bank. He's getting it from people's faces.
I must have a chaser, perhaps some platelets. And he can also levitate, like a bat.
Yes, he just float around.
As bats do. As bats are known to do.
Also, he has blue hair for some reason.
I mean, it is visually neat.
And I guess it distinguishes him more from Morbius.
Yeah.
So he goes to the ESU campus and attacks a guy who looks exactly like Roy Orbison.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
A candy-colored clown they call the Sam. Oh no, I'm being attacked by a vampire. And yeah, he leaves these like gross little marks on people.
Yeah, like a Dracula does.
I guess probably the censorship stuff didn't say anything about it not being gross. It just said it couldn't be violent. And putting your hands on people and leaving marks is probably not as violent as biting them. You know, it's probably got to do with the, like... what's the word for it? How easy it is for a kid to, mimic
imitable acts.
Yes, imitable acts.
So, like, little Billy can bite his sister in the neck, but he cannot drain blood from her with his gross little hand suckers, because he doesn't have
That's weird. For some reason, I remembered he had, like, a single mouth in each hand.
Ew.
I'm probably thinking of some other vampire thing.
You maybe think of M-Plate from the Generation X comics.
Well, I never read Generation X comics, so no.
Well, he had a little
I have a Toy Biz M-Plate who lives in my mug cabinet.
He was definitely a guy who only looked cool when Chris Bachalo was drawing him.
Yeah, he really did. He did not look so good when he showed up later or translated into a Toy Biz action figure.
So I have to attend to a little... $3. I have to attend to a little dog business. I'll be right back.
Dog business.
Doggy business.
Okay, Benny, just a second. Come on, let's go. Let's go, buddy.
I found him for like $3 at a flea market, and then I got home and I was like, what am I going to do with this? I was like, I'm going to put him in my mug cabinet, so if anything happens to me and someone's having to like clean out my apartment, they'll be like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, that's weird. Oh, and yeah, they're finally making a toy of Maggot from the X-Men.
Oh,
and he's been so punchline for so long, I forgot what he looked like. The toy actually looks cool.
He looks perfectly fine. He's just got an unpleasant name, and I don't know, he's from that period where the comics really weren't very good. By which I mean the 90s.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely read Generation X when it was coming out at the time, and yeah, M-Plate has hand suckers, and I'm still salty about what Larry Hama did to the backstory of my favorite characters. So,
Wow.
at least he didn't make them ninjas. I guess he could have made them ninjas, and that would have... Because he does that.
Ninjas are cool.
But yeah, M-Plate has hand mounts.
Dog business has been attended to.
Yay.
Where were we? Okay, so... he is still taping his vampirism, and it is at this point that he's encountered by Spider-Man, who refers to him as a refugee from the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Which, what, how?
He's not even wearing a corset.
That one confused me. Granted, I've never actually seen Rocky Horror.
He should be more wearing a corset.
Yeah, or, like, gold underpants.
Yes.
I mean, it's possible that Peter Parker has not actually seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
It's entirely possible.
He's a real Brad.
Yeah. I don't know. Does he have theater friends who would be trying to invite him to see it?
Not really. He just knows science people and jocks.
I definitely had theater friends at that age who...
Although, actually, sorry, Mary Jane, theater friend.
Oh, yeah.
She has been to multiple Rocky Horror Picture Show screenings, and she definitely dresses up.
Yeah.
Peter just goes as Brad every time.
Not on purpose, he dresses like
no,
that.
he just dresses that way.
That's just what he looks like.
So, they have a fight. Morbius is very insistent that he be allowed, must feed.
Must feed on plasma.
And, so Spider-Man starts getting the side aches again. He shouldn't have...
the pain!
Shouldn't have fought crime 45 minutes after eating.
It's important. People think that maybe that's just an old wives' tale, but it's not. And
then, Morbius flies off, and Spider-Man's all, who was that guy who dresses exactly like Morbius and has his exact accent that nobody else I've ever met has?
He just has a weird nose.
Must be some guy who knows Morbius. Some friend of his, maybe a cousin.
When is there a Neogenic Nightmare name drop?
Yes, that's coming up.
Spider-Man that does that?
That does come up.
Okay. Which is a mouth.
But luckily he's dropped his tape recorder, and so Spider-Man can figure out everything that's happened, including the fact that it was his blood that we just used to turn himself into a vampire.
Very convenient also that he's carrying that around and not, didn't leave it safely back at his lab where maybe he should have left it.
Yes.
Well, he was taking vampire notes while he was out. It's recording his Dracula actions about how he has the hunger.
His Dracula actions, if you will.
For plasma. He has the hunger for plasma.
So, and of course Peter immediately figures out, he will immediately, he's a vampire, he's sexy, he's gonna go to his girlfriend.
As you do.
That's Vampire 101.
Yes. It's always gonna go to the girlfriend.
And indeed, so he gets there, and he is acting... Listen, if I were Felicia, my first assumption here would not be Peter Parker's, weirdly jealous. My first assumption is Peter Parker is on way too much cocaine.
He's on something.
No, Felicia, you gotta get out of here. Morbius is dangerous. He's gonna drink your plasma. You gotta get out of here. Come on.
Yeah, admittedly, if someone
he's itching at his sides. It's what's wrong with you?
He's not doing good.
He smells like he looks like he's been in a fight. Peter, did you just make cocaine in the lab?
Look, why get lab privileges if you're not going to make drugs?
I do love her haughty rich girl accent here. She's just one step away from being the lead in Clueless.
Well, she's blonde.
And of course, as soon as he leaves, here comes Morbius. And unlike Peter, she immediately figures out that it's Morbius.
Felicia.
Or kind of.
I mean...
Felicia. And, he stops himself because he can't hurt her, so Spider-Man then just, comes in through the window because I guess Peter Parker didn't get far. Tackles him out the window, and he's all there, Spider-Man, how do you know that I am Morbius?
I mean, only one guy around here has that terrible accent, so...
You're the only guy here from Morbius, Sylvania.
Who is that strange monster man who dresses just like that guy I know? He can't possibly be that guy I know. He must have stolen his wardrobe.
And his accent.
Lots of guys have that coat.
So, he's got Spider-Man in his clutches. He's going to drink his blood, but then the crazy dramatic music they used on this show kicks in.
Yes. Also, CG.
The CG in this is not great.
You know what else has CG that's not great? Blade.
I'm just, this has, money, but how is the CG worse than Beast Wars? The buildings in this look worse than Beast Wars.
They're using it so little. It's integration problems trying to get it. Well, one, everything's pixelated even on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
and the buildings are just too shiny. They weren't trying for cell shading. It was just shiny metallic buildings.
Basically,
which works fine on Cybertron.
They just hadn't figured out how to do it yet. I mean, whichever studio was doing this was not Mainframe. Mainframe's entire thing was doing good CG, so there's
a lot of the show was TMS.
Ooh. Still, they're just kind of dabbling in it. Still,
yes.
Yeah. Early days,
it's not yet to the point where all mecha is lovingly CG rendered, and so the animators have to start drawing food really well, as we discussed in a previous Patreon episode.
Yeah.
And in a twist, unlike in the comics where Morbius is just Morbius all the time, apparently when the sun comes up, he turns just back into regular Morbius.
Oh, yeah, but before that, they both fall off a building and fall flat, face first onto the ground, which looks painful.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they fell multiple stories. But yeah, the sunlight turns him back to a man. Well, it sounds like it's killing him, but then he's just a regular Greek guy again.
He does not.
This show has some gross transformation sound effects.
He does not burst into flame.
Like the Foley guy is stepping on a bag of celery or something. It sounds like awful things are happening inside these people.
I mean, their Foley guy... Maybe for the whole series, but definitely for this episode. All the animal noises Morbius is making as a vampire, it's just he's just got this constant multi-animal mixtape growl going on, and they're really going at it with the sound effects.
You got the bat noises, you got the lab rat noises.
Mickey noises.
And then this guard just assumes that Spider-Man has beaten up Morbius.
Oops. Again, get that Steve Ditko, the authorities don't understand that I'm the good guy. Libertarians.
And so Peter, he goes home and he's all, I feel terrible, it's my fault that Morbius turned into a vampire. I'm just going to take this, and even if it does remove my Spider-Man powers, I'm gonna take this serum.
Maybe I should just not have Spider-Man powers.
Yeah, so, cutting out of the hospital, a day has passed, night falls. It's kind of a cool bit of animation where the, night falls and Morbius turns back into a vampire. Mm-hmm. And he just flies away.
So does he really never sleep then? Because, you gotta sleep sometime.
Well, I guess he sleeps during the day, because I don't know that he ever actually woke up. Because it's very unclear as to whether Felicia actually saw, he was in her apartment, and again, she may not have recognized that it was Morbius, even though, again, same accent and wardrobe.
Well, he stole my boyfriend's coat.
He's got a goatee. He doesn't have a goatee normally.
Oh, yeah, he did.
His hair's blue.
Oh yeah, his son...
It is weird that he grows a goatee.
It is weird that he grows... I didn't even notice that. He grows a goatee. That makes no sense.
No, I was just scrolling up through the wiki pages like, no, he's got a goatee. Wait, he doesn't have a goatee. He's a normal person.
Got a goatee like bats are known to have.
He keeps the same creepy giant eyebrows. But...
And also the goatee is black, whereas the rest of his hair is blue.
Yeah.
I guess his eyebrows are also black. This takes some serious liberties with both bat and vampire biology.
Yes.
It's true.
Well, Dracula was also known for wearing a fancy mustache, which never shows up in any adaptation.
Well, he has a facial hair in Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Okay, Bram Stoker, I guess, is the only
But I think only when he's Gary Oldman. He doesn't have it when he's like the old Mr. Burns guy with the butt hair.
Butt hair is important.
I mean, I mostly think of it because of that Simpsons episode where Mr. Burns is Gary Oldman Dracula. We're going to Mr. Burns' summer home in Pennsylvania. Oh, great episode. I hope y'all cleaned your necks. Anyway, so yeah, the cops are there. We also see a recurring cop character. Oh, I've totally forgotten her name. She was on the show.
Renee
she was
Montoya.
The one cop.
No, it's not Renee Montoya.
Oh, this is going to drive me nuts. I'm going to have to look
It should be Renee Montoya, though. She should be in everything.
Mrs. Bullock.
Detective Terry Lee. Voiced by Dawn Lewis. She was she was on A Different World, but I mostly know her for playing Hermes' wife on Futurama.
Oh.
Anyway, she's like the one recurring cop character who's kind of just player 2 Elisa Maza.
Oh.
And she gets her own romantic subplot. She gets involved with Blade.
Why would you bother to give Blade a romantic... What?
He has a romantic interest in that first movie.
Yeah.
Well, yes, one of the movies about him. But if you're a guest star in Spider-Man...
And even then, it's not going that well.
No.
They really decided that, like, the 10-year-old boys of America really wanted to see a bunch of romance on their cartoons, and this show was popular, so I guess they were right.
I guess so.
I mean, the X-Men had the whole Rogue Gambit thing going on.
Yeah, I mean, that's always was kind of the appeal with X-Men.
Yeah, but they weren't also giving Beast a girlfriend.
There is an episode where he has a girlfriend.
Yeah, there probably is.
He absolutely has a girlfriend for an episode. I really liked him.
And of course,
what color fur does she have?
I really liked him and Agent Brand. That was a good pairing.
Well, yeah, Agent Brand is a good
pairing.
No,
her deal is that she's a human, but she's blind, so she doesn't know that he's, like, the Beast.
But...
That's Ben Grimm shit.
I was gonna say, that's just...
He's furry!
That's just, what's her name?
She's never going to touch him!
Oh. I mean, we can't show a lot of touching in,
90s
children's cartoons.
You could hold hands. His hands are giant paws.
Listen, I just thought he was like a big guy, and he's like, I don't know, Greek or something. Anyway, we aren't quite finished the episode yet, so...
No, not quite.
So she has, Felicia's...
Also, there was that relationship Beast had with Apocalypse's ship.
Yes, that was super weird.
What's fine for Beast,
I liked it. Sorry.
Anyway, so obviously Morbius has been abducted, everybody thinks, and of course Felicia says the only person who could have done it was Spider-Man.
Who else can come in and out of a window this high up?
Again, she's apparently totally missed that he turned into a vampire who can fly, who flew into her window.
You don't expect your boyfriend to turn pale, albino, white, and just hover out a window.
And so the police put out an APB for Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's gone too far.
This is definitely how I found out what an APB was.
Nice.
Definitely something I asked my dad.
Aw. Spider-Man has gone too far.
And so we cut back to Mariah Crawford, and she's looking at the cells under her microscope, and this serum not doing so well.
No, not so much.
In fact, it's maybe making him mutate more.
Dun dun dun.
So she's got to call up her boyfriend, Kraven the Hunter, voiced by somebody who we also saw in a Robots in Disguise episode this month, Greg Berger, doing a Russian accent.
I mean, Kraven should have an accent. I'm just not sure what he should have. So, yeah, Russian.
Well,
works.
he is Russian in the comics.
He should definitely have, like, a Tommy Wiseau, like, unplaceable accent. But I guess Russian works, too. I mean, because he's Sergei Kravenov.
Yes. And so she's going to call him, and he's going to drop by in a couple episodes to help out.
He has a cell phone.
Yeah.
Which
Hello, Kraven speaking.
It's a flip phone, but like my brain is like, well, cell phones aren't that old, are they? From cartoons from my childhood? Yes, apparently
I had a cell phone in, like, 1997.
He bought this the same place Zach Morris bought his.
Yes.
I don't even remember when
the coverage, though, that's a bigger question.
Yeah, especially since he is in presumably darkest Africa or something at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that the
vague jungle,
the cell coverage in the, like, very built-up suburb where I was living at the time was better than it is in darkest Africa.
So we cut back to the Parker. Peter Parker wearing some very stylish pajamas here, and he's not having a good time because we see things start to press out from beneath his pajamas, and he straight up grows 4 extra arms, and it's
he's got extra. He's got 8 limbs, like he's some kind of Dr. Octopus.
No, he is the other kind of thing known for having 8 limbs. I will say one of the things I was very familiar with...
Scorpions?
Yes. With Spider-Man at the time was all the toys. 'Cause, man...
Oh, yes.
And I was... Like, by, again, the end of 1996, I was, like, working at a mall with a KB, and there were just so many Spider-Man toys. So I've definitely seen the action figure of him with too many arms.
Oh, yes.
Yep. I think they made a recent one, too.
Probably.
I mean, it's a thing from the comics. It was also in the first appearance of Morbius.
Yes. Ooh.
Ah.
But unlike in the comics, in the next episode, the Punisher shows up.
So it can shoot people with lasers.
Punisher who has an incredibly thick Chicago accent. Go
definitely
microchip. You gotta order us some deep dish pizza for the battle van.
I mean, I guess they felt like they had to do something. I don't know, that is kind of up there with Pride of the X-Men's Wolverine accent. Just like, no, he's not from Chicago.
And but so this would be we're probably not going to do the rest of the series, but I will say that Spider-Man's mutation problem is eventually solved by the extremely bizarre and 90s only plot point of the Vulture sucking the youth out of people to make himself turn young.
Okay.
I kind of remember that being
that was a thing in the comics for like 3 years, but everybody remembers it because those were the years the show was on, so they used it in the show.
Yes.
Because for the entirety of his publication history, he's just been an old man.
He's just an old guy. I mean, that's kind of interesting.
No, he's just an old bird man.
And of course, in the comics, that was also how they resolved the plot with Peter Parker's robot spy parents.
Oh, no.
So yeah, that is Neogenic Nightmare Chapter VI, Morbius. I had a lot of fun. I mean, I did a big rewatch of the show on Disney Plus, and there were episodes that I had almost committed to memory. And I mean, there's a lot of it that is, as the kids say, cringe.
It's like shouting at Shocker, although that's so cringe it's good.
Shocker! You can't escape me! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth. I mean, he is possessed by the symbiote at that point, but also he's yelling at the Shocker, so it's funny.
Yeah. The guy made out of couch cushions, who's named Herman.
And who's extremely Jim Cummings in this show.
Ooh.
Oh. Yeah, I don't remember specific episodes. I remember, I guess, arcs, because there's so many arcs, kind of.
Yeah, it's very...
And so much of the
artsy.
Venom stuff. I love the way the Venom was animated in the show. But it's great to go back to it, and confusing, because I almost kind of forgot Morbius was even in this show.
Oh, he's going to stick around as a threat for a couple episodes, and again, Blade is going to show up pre-Blade movie.
Yes.
But he's like the Blade movies because they had the script from the movie.
Oh, okay.
So they even bring in Chris Christopherson's character, who was not from the comics.
Neat.
Oh.
And who's voiced by Malcolm McDowell.
Ooh.
Huh.
I mean, he was in every cartoon.
Well, that would kind of, this might have been my introduction to so much of the Spider-Man mythos.
Oh, I mean, this was an enormous introduction for me to all sorts of Spider-Man, Marvel stuff in general.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I saw Amazing Friends first, and I knew of the X-Men and some things, and it might have been where I first really saw Captain America, and that was a weird introduction.
It's extreme. I mean, he's weirdly in this, and he's in an episode of X-Men.
Yes, he is.
There's like a late-ass episode where he's teaming up with Wolverine, who did not, or with Wolverine in like World War II.
Yes.
And they didn't have the bone claws in the comics yet, so they give him like a set of like Wolverine claw gloves. And he's like, these are pretty cool, bub.
I mean, that's better than, I guess, forgetting when he got the claws and just having him have the claws. So. I'm not to that one yet. The last one I watched was the one with Warlock. Speaking of new mutants.
They did the Phalanx Covenant.
Yes. Which I think was around the point where I wasn't really watching the cartoon so much because I had started reading the actual comics. And I think that was part of, like, with the Spider-Man show. I never really read the Spider-Man comics. But I was definitely, like, heavy into knowing things about Marvel by that point. So I was familiar enough with the basics. And, you know, when Captain America showed up, I wasn't like, who's that dude?
And if I remember correctly, I think Captain America, when he shows up on Spider-Man, is voiced by the second Guyver.
Oh.
Who I think, is he also Solid Snake?
Yes. Well, he was the original Solid Snake before they replaced him with a big name actor.
Oh, okay.
He also, he wrote
something.
Yeah.
Did he write Suicide Squad?
No.
He wrote something.
Yes. Crap. But yeah, that guy gets around.
Oh, he wrote X-Men.
Oh.
The first X-Men movie, and Watchmen, which is why I was thinking...
Oh, Watchmen. Forgot about that.
Suicide Squad. So yeah, David Hayter.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to all my David Hayters.
Speaking of which, we gotta watch one of the Guyver movies one of these goddamn days. I've been teasing it since the beginning of this podcast.
I know I saw it at some point, like, way back in the day. Also, I remember they would show it on Sci-Fi Channel and just make way bigger of a deal of Mark Hamill's role in it than was it all deserved. Because he's in it for, like...
I mean, I've definitely seen DVD covers that imply that Mark Hamill is the titular Guyver.
Because he's like the only human face on the cover.
Instead of a guy with an awful mustache who then turns into most of a cockroach?
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, I need to...
that is...
I do need to go back to subscribing to Marvel Unlimited, though, so... You'll have to recommend me some good Spider-Man arcs once I'm done, like, reading 80s X-Men stuff that I only knew about from my friend who, like, had got all the New Mutant stuff when we were going through the comics at the used bookstore.
Alright, so that is it for Patreon this month. Thank you again to all of our Patreon supporters. We're not sure what we're doing next month. We will record an episode on Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, but it will not be released until the movie's out on streaming, so you don't feel like you have to go to the theater and enter the multiverse of COVID.
the multiverse of COVID variants. Yeah, I know that I personally am going to have that Sunday off, so I'll probably find a nice quiet theater to see it in Sunday evening that hopefully will not have too many COVID variants. It won't feel like when I went to see No Way Home and I was just sitting there like, I'm in danger.
Oh, that's the thing. Like, the other day I was afraid for a minute, like maybe I had COVID, because when the power came back on, I had some milk.
Oh no!
It had been fine a few days before, but then I tasted it and it's like, well, that doesn't taste right. Oh no! Oh no! And I have no sense of smell. So it's like, I should probably throw this out.
Yeah.
Everything else was fine, but that milk was not.
You have that moment when something doesn't smell or taste right, or I have, ongoing sinus issues and something will smell a little off, and I'm like, uh-oh. Have my coffee every morning, and I take a big old whiff of it, and I'm like, yep, I can still smell.
Yeah. Yeah, but it had been fun, it had been fine the third day of the power outage, but by Sunday,
we will find something fun for May. Find something super, super fun.
Who will be the one to inflict something on their fellow co-hosts?
Maybe by my birthday in September, I'll have tracked down some an episode or two of Kid Video that actually has the original music intact. See if I can force that on people.
It's like the obscure media version of Jackass.
Yes.
What will be the 80s cartoon equivalent of forcing us to go down a hill in a full porta potty?
I mean, we did Turbo Teen already.
Yeah, Turbo Teen was basically the tasing ourselves in the nuts of 80s cartoons.
Turbo Teen is my favorite show to try to convince millennials actually existed and is not something I'm making up to mess with them.
I mean, I'm a millennial. I saw an episode of it. I'm still not sure it exists.
You're still not convinced.
I remember watching it at the time, and it's hard to be convinced.
An elaborate prank. We will think of something delightful. Disney Plus has deep recesses of fun things.
Oh yes, it is a treasure trove of crap.
I will probably be moving my other streaming subscription budget over to HBO Max, so maybe there'll be something fun there. We could do, you know what we could do? Bots.
I mean, I guess we'll eventually get to that on the main show in a zillion years, but fair. Also I do really enjoy BotBots.
I really enjoyed BotBots. That's fair, though, that we're going to get to it.
Please, Patreon subscribers, watch BotBots, and maybe we'll get more BotBots.
Yes, probably not at this point. It's looking pretty dire. It's kind of got a cliffhanger.
It does. And I mean, Hasbro apparently has more toys coming out, but they may not come out for another year, so I don't know. I mean, I think they're going to do like the characters who were just on the show.
It's like when I pre-ordered Tomax and Zaymont, and I was like, okay, they're coming out in May. And then I saw some people talking about like how the pre-order dates were crazy far out. And I looked again, and I was like, oh, May 2023.
Yeah, May 2023, yes.
That's a little longer than I thought for my stupid boys.
I forget if I have anything that's supposed to come out in 2023. Probably. Ugh.
I'll have to see how long because I did look up some G.I. Joe on YouTube to watch it work, and I, for whatever reason, jumped to Arise Serpentor Arise, and the amount of time that episode spends convincing you that Sergeant Slaughter is actually super cool. It's a little cringy. Anyway, so yeah, we'll think of something fun.
Right,
especially, I think by that point was it by that point in wrestling, or was it later that he'd become evil?
I do not know. I only really know of Sergeant Slaughter through G.I. Joe.
I think he became evil around the Gulf War because he was an Iraqi collaborator.
Right,
He teamed up with the Iron Sheik. And I assume both of them hated it because obviously, Sergeant Slaughter was a rah-rah American, and the Iron Sheik is Iranian, who are famously not crazy about Iraq.
No.
Yeah. We'll think of something fun.
Yeah, if you want to know how not fun they are, look up why the U.S. and Saddam Hussein used to be pals.
Yeah. We could finally do Dune.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's a long one. I don't know.
Yeah, that is a lot of Dune.
I can't commit to making anybody watch 3 hours of that.
A 3-hour Dune. 3-hour Dune.
For he is the Kwisatz Haderach.
We don't even get to that part.
It's so amazing.
Oh, I thought you meant the
the
David
I
Lynch
meant original Dune.
Oh, I'd rather watch it, yeah. Oh, okay.
Evil Twink or GTFO?
Yes, anyway, we've been going
Weird
for a while.
cat poison drain or GTFO.
The cat and their
The rat strapped to the cat to give milk to the men cat.
I really at some
Patrick
point
Stewart and his battle pug.
when my last time I had a chunk of money to throw at some toy, someone, a very, very reasonably priced loose Combiner Wars Computron came across my Twitter feed. But next time, I'm gonna have to go on eBay and buy the toy of Sting because it comes with that cat. The old JLN one.
Alright, so until next time, I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
And I am David Ovich or something.
We're closing up the coffin for another month.
Plasma.
Oh shit! I forgot to make a Vampire the Masquerade LARP joke.
Coffin sound.
Chain rattle, chain rattle.